Welcome back to another episode of R&R with RTZ with your host Areeba. No Tuhing today.
But I'm still here, your other host, Rahib Tizamon, and the T stands for throwback because we're going back to an old guest from our second episode ever, Pranay. And we're going to talk about what he's been doing, all of his singing and music career stuff, and just generally talk the shit the talk, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, all right, yes.
Let's get into it.
Rest and relax while we rant and ramble. R&R with RTZ.
All right. All right, Pranay, welcome back, man.
Hello, sir. Thank you guys for having me back. I appreciate it.
Of course, man, of
On my hand.
course.
You're going to be a little busy today with the dog.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
He's like, no podcast for
Can't
you.
tell if the dogs remember you or not. But
He might.
He might, yeah.
He might.
But he
He's-
also
he's
loves
been-
everyone.
on you this whole time,
Yeah.
jumping on you and everything.
He's like,
And
wait
you
a
can
minute.
calm down too. She's silent now. She was barking a few seconds ago.
Calm?
And now they're both just sitting next to you.
That's great. I love dogs. So, I mean, I'm all right with dogs. I'd say so. Yeah. No, but thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
course.
This is
Yeah,
nice to be
of
back
course.
for sure.
Yeah, so last time you were here, we talked about you had an album coming out or an EP coming out, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, how was that?
Dude, it's crazy. Can you believe that's almost like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I
oh my
can't believe that
God.
was 2 years
Yeah.
ago. Oh, my God.
Like I was in my senior year of high school, so I was finishing out, and I had an album coming out. It was my technically debut album as like Pranay, because I had a rebrand, and then I rebranded again, which we'll talk about for sure. But yeah, so no, the album went great. I did a show at Jam and Java,
Yeah.
like the same day. That was fantastic. We sold out the crowd.
Oh,
I think it was the
wow,
youngest
nice.
artist to sell out Jam and Java at the time.
Oh, dude, nice.
So yeah, it was a pretty insane show, and then yeah, everything since then's been pretty busy, pretty great though. I've been traveling a lot for music, so
Dude, that's
been what's
good.
up.
That's where have you been?
So I've done shows in Charlotte, North Carolina. I did New York Fashion Week twice.
Whoa.
year.
Pause.
We're gonna
That's
we're gonna
so
get
cool.
into that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
for
those
sure.
videos.
Appreciate that. I traveled out to LA for about 3 weeks over the summer. That was cool. Actually thinking about relocating there now. So,
Yo, really?
yeah,
Oh,
we're
sick.
actually headed out in May. So
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be
Who's
doing the
we?
pod now.
Yeah.
Me and my family.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, your
okay.
parents are coming with you?
My parents are coming with me.
That's so supportive.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing,
Wait, are you
an
in
amazing
school?
supportive family. Still in school.
Yeah.
I'll be doing online. I go to Mason, so you guys is all
Yeah.
water.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll be doing online for a year and then transferring over to an LA school.
Wow. That's
yeah.
awesome.
Where are you thinking of transferring to?
Probably like California State.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your parents are the coolest. Like, that's
they're
amazing.
I want you guys to meet
Wow.
them eventually, like for sure, like
Yeah.
soon
Aw.
enough.
That's
No,
awesome.
they're so supportive. I like, just being brown. Like we don't have
Yeah,
parents
that's
like
Right.
like the biggest
Yeah.
wow factor.
Yeah.
We just did a podcast the other day, and we were talking about the same thing about unconventional careers in the South Asian households.
Parents
and,
not
like,
being supportive.
and always so supportive. But this is like really great to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, thanks. Like, I honestly, I had known that I wanted to go, and the funny thing is, I didn't make my parents. My parents moved from Sterling to Aldi, 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my parents bought their dream house. Like, they were like, oh yeah, this is our final place. Like, we're gonna stay here for the rest of our days. And then 5 years later, I'm 19, 20 now. And I was like, guys, like, I can't stand Virginia anymore. I want to go pursue this, like, as hard as possible. Like, I want to go out to LA. And, like, honestly, my parents, like, talked about it. They're like, well, like, if you go by yourself, like, what do we have here? Like, they have friends, but they're like, I'm an only child.
it's
You're
fair,
all gotta
yeah,
ask
yeah.
your normal
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
okay.
So-
you're their kid, yeah.
Yeah, and so, like, we want to be around you. And obviously, they know, like, the music industry is not always the safest place for a
Yeah.
young person.
Especially, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like,
definitely.
listen, we want to be there to support you. And
Wow.
so I was like, wow, I didn't expect that, but
Wait, that's
I'm
so
here now.
heartwarming.
So
You
give
might
a shout out to your
cry.
parents. man.
Shout out,
Oops,
mom, dad.
Yeah, I don't even take you back. You can't handle it.
You can't handle it.
You can't handle it. No, that is so cool.
I'm blessed.
Wow.
It's a blessing for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely, man.
See, could you imagine what would how many brown people would be so successful if their parents were this supportive from the get-go and not like after they made money?
Yeah. That's the thing, right? Like, our parents, like, I'm a first generation, like, Indian American, I guess you could say.
Right.
And so, like, my parents, like, they came here, like, the story is always, the
With
dad comes here with
nothing.
like $200 in his
Yeah.
like
Right.
pocket.
Right.
It's not different for my dad either. And so for him, it's like, for most Indian parents, it's just like, okay, well, I struggled.
You don't want your kids to struggle.
You don't want your kids to struggle, because
Yeah.
they set up our futures in a way where like, all right, well, as long as they go and get their degree, as long as they do well in school, as long as they get a
good
job,
yeah.
they'll be able to continue off of where they left off.
Yeah.
And so then I come in here saying, Dad, I don't really want to do IT and I want to be a singer. And he's like, well, all right, go ahead. Like, you know, like as long as you, I mean, the promise is to my parents that I will like finish my degree no matter like if I, you know, blow up in the meantime or not. But, you know, yeah, I mean,
I see
I'm
have something to
just
fall
blessed.
back on. Are you
That's
still doing
still
the
so
finishing
cool.
the IT major?
So I'm actually an MIS major, which is kind of
Okay.
like the same thing, right? So yeah, I'm gonna finish out being an MIS major most likely unless like Callie says like, hey, you got to do something else. So I'm like, all right, well,
Yeah, it could very much happen. Transferring schools is always a bitch, honestly.
honestly, dude.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, I work at Mason in admissions, and Virginia schools make it so easy to transfer until you go.
Wow, and I've heard a lot
out
of
of
struggle
state.
there too.
Really?
I've heard a lot of people who've transferred to Virginia, just like other college classmates, that have had a lot of issues like transferring. And if you're saying Virginia is so easy, imagine how hard it is in other schools.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I hope my Callie because I'm already a sophomore, my fourth semester now. So I'm like, all right, I hope
At
like
least you're
at
not a
least half of my.
senior.
Have you started the process?
I like started looking into it, right?
Okay.
Like it's you really can't do all that much until the application's open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like make sure I'm prepared and stuff. But
What is that, May-ish? Or
so I'll be 25, fall 25. Like is gonna be my transfer like semester. So that's gonna be probably like fall of 24.
Gotcha,
Oh,
gotcha.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So
Dude, yeah.
wow.
But that's good news to hear, man.
Thank you, man.
But yeah, let's go
Yeah.
back to the New York fashion show.
Right.
Because I saw stuff online on your socials and like you were on like the runway performing, right?
Yeah.
Tell us everything about that, man.
So I did it twice, which was crazy.
Yeah.
I got invited out again to do it. All started from I had like a little stint as a model for a year. Because I won a pageant. It was like
Oh,
this Indian pageant
yeah,
thing.
that's so cute.
Thank you. So I won like the national title for it in 2022. Got to perform in front of Miss Universe.
Wow.
That was something. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
Wait,
That's
whoa,
crazy.
pause. What?
Yeah.
I love like pageants. I'm not like a pageant girl, but like I would love to like go to a show and stuff.
Right.
That's amazing. Miss Universe.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Harnaz Sandhu for 2022 was the Miss Universe. So I got to perform in front of her and perform like a Bollywood song, obviously.
Yeah.
So like it's an Indian thing. Can you do a Bollywood song?
So cool. Oh my God. He's
yeah.
impressed too.
Right. So thanks, bud. So I performed in front of Harnaz Sandhu, which was absolutely insane.
Yeah, dude.
You know. And then the funny thing is I had a trip to India for like a month because it was
Yeah.
winter time. So you know you normally dip out to India whenever it's winter time in my family. So we went. And all my like family back home in India is like, oh my God, like you're a celebrity.
You're a
Yeah,
celeb- oh
no,
my
I
God.
mean
Like,
that's
Pranay's coming.
a really big deal.
That
Like
is- yeah.
that's
Thank you.
really cool. What?
Yeah. And so I performed in February, then got put on a billboard in Times Square.
Yeah,
Crazy.
That's so
Whoa.
impressive.
Nuts. My mom cried when she saw that. It was
Yeah.
insane. It was like one of them like I like didn't think it would be so soon. You know?
Yeah.
And then I did that and then I got invited out again and was going to perform with a celebrity designer that like he got me an outfit, like designed an outfit for me and we were supposed to perform together, but that was like a timing issue there.
Okay.
But no, it still had a pretty good performance out there as well in September.
Did you meet any other celebrities like when you did the?
I didn't. They were
Okay.
they're there, but
Yeah.
there's like you can't always just like go up to them because they're
Right,
busy with
yeah,
their
yeah,
shows
yeah.
and whatnot. So
Okay.
Hanging out with
okay.
Timothy Chalamet.
No, I was just wondering,
dude,
like,
I wish,
like-
dude, I wish.
Did you just like were you close enough to see them like this close or like even a little bit farther?
So there's like different venues at like New York
Oh,
Fashion
gotcha,
Week. So like
okay.
the designers I was doing were like more like Desi designers.
Oh,
So they
okay,
were
okay.
at like another like they were at Gotham Hall, which is like a pretty well known like hall
Mm-hmm.
in New York. So and yeah, that was like February and then September.
Still
I
pretty
forget
cool.
where it was. So like yeah, you see them around like a lot. Like I saw a few outside, like just walking around.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
But it's like they've got their entourages,
Yeah,
they
of
got their
course,
crews. So I'm
yeah.
like, all right, well I'll
The
listen to you.
security.
But that's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow,
Thank you,
Dude,
thank
that's
you.
an experience.
It was
like,
crazy.
Not everyone can say I got to perform.
Yeah.
For-
In
was
just
like,
one
that's
year, you went
crazy.
from last time we talked, you just putting out your first like singles.
Oh
and
my
EPs,
gosh,
and then
yeah.
now- and then we come back and you're doing your New York fashion shows.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy. I'm blessed. It's just like
It's been a good year.
It's been a good year. It
Yeah.
has been a good year. 2022 was just like building the foundation really. And then 2023, first of all, went so fast.
Yeah.
Like it was blink of an eye. Like I spent my 19th birthday in Dubai, and then a year later I'm turning 20, and then I'm like, dude, where did the year go? But I did 2 New York Fashion Weeks, I did shows, I did all these things, and it was just like the year flew by, but it felt like it was like not like I feel I did so much at the same time. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, that was crazy. New York Fashion Week was a good time.
Yeah, I can see why like you had like a building level of success from sold out Jamming Java debut shows, and then winning modeling, and then winning the whole thing, and then performing well. I can see why your parents were okay with moving their whole life to LA and supporting this dream.
It's I don't know. It's just honestly, it's been so surreal to me. Like I'm just like a 20-year-old kid, like just like anybody else. Like
every time you tell me your age, I'm thinking to myself like, oh my god, where was I when I was 20? Definitely not in New York Fashion Week performing. That's amazing.
Thank you. I don't know. It's just I just feel blessed, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
you're so humble about it. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you didn't come in here with the red carpet and entourage.
Yeah, it's like, where's my
I'm nowhere close to that right now.
Me?
Nowhere close to that now. And I'm so sorry for being late. I know. Like,
no, dude. You came at rush hour. You were fine.
Dude, traffic was a bitch. Dude.
Yeah.
So bad.
Nova,
especially with the weather too. People when it rains a bit, people go crazy here.
Right.
They can't
dude,
drive.
495 to 66.
Oh.
Imagine, dude. I was like, dude, I saw like the map. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be there in time. Got in my car, saw the map again, 45 minutes.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
it's worse when
Look
I do
how
that.
comfortable he's getting with him.
Yeah.
He remembers.
So cute. Oh my god.
I know.
But yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I guess my parents did see that and were like, all right, well, I mean, he's farther than a lot of like kids that started making music in high school.
Yeah.
So
it's not just a passion for, or not a little hobby for you. It's you can make it your lifestyle. I mean, your life career.
Yeah.
And it shows, unfortunately, like our parents' generations, they want like some sort of proof before they can actually accept it. And this is like, this was the proof, and like, oh my gosh, so amazing. I don't know. I'm a little starstruck right now.
Oh, thank you. I'm nowhere close to that yet, but no, hopefully, in a few years' time, like moving to LA is like, honestly, my parents are like, Pranay, like as long as you work hard, no pressure.
Are you nervous? A little.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
A little nervous, but at the same time, like my parents are like, it's not no pressure. Complete your degree.
Yeah.
And then start focusing on music a lot more then like make sure you get a job and stuff, but like no pressure as long as you work hard, right?
Yeah. And you're passionate, so you're going to work hard.
For sure. I hope so. I think I will. But like I see my mom, and my mom was like, this was her dream house. She finally got it after 20, 30 years of working for it, And now I'm like, hey, let's pack our bags and go. And so like I see my mom and she's very proud, but at the same time I see like a part of her, I'm like, I've got to make it. There's like no way like I can't make it, just because like I want to be able to, I didn't grow up in a time where I was like, oh, I need to get my parents out of like a place. They were already, well off as it is, but I want to still be able to give my parents these like their dreams, like I want to buy my mom a huge house one day. I want to I want to buy my dad his Corvette one day.
Definitely. Yeah.
So it's like, it's still like, no pressure, but
I think this is a healthy pressure. Like,
for sure.
it's like it's not like they're like, oh, you have to do good. They're just like, you know what? It's fine. Just do what you got to do. And you're over here like, I'm going to put some healthy self pressure, but it's not like, it's not negative. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
You have this goal in mind.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, it's just a little nerve-wracking though,
Naturally.
Moving across, like it's almost across the world if you think about it,
It's across the country.
Are you going to miss your friends?
I am a lot. But honestly, my friends are so supportive.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll visit. You'll visit home again.
For
like,
sure.
Are your parents selling the house or are they renting it out?
It's currently on the market right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I actually came from Tysons because we're staying out in Tysons right now.
Oh, okay.
So that's why like I took 495 to get here.
Yeah.
So like so house is on the market right now.
Oh, everything's moving fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
May's coming.
I mean, May's coming soon. You have
That's
to
true.
do all that.
Yeah, I think your
Wow.
biggest thing will be like the culture shock.
Oh my gosh. You're going to eat
West
so
Coast
healthy.
versus East Coast.
I hope so. I need to. I need
Well,
to.
you're going to end up being like, you're going to see so many people working out outside of the gym, in the gym, and all that stuff that you're going to eat healthier. You're gonna work out better. I want to move to LA just to get a better body.
Come visit. Guys, come on.
Oh my God,
come
if we visit, we'll hit you up.
I
Definitely.
would
do.
if I did, like when we talked to Omar the last time. All he did was complain about the LA traffic. So
Yeah, it's not better than here. I'll tell you
yeah,
that.
it's definitely not.
No,
But-
I mean it's not good out here either. But
I don't think traffic anywhere in America is that great.
no,
If you really think about
Unless
it,
you go to, like,
we went
Colorado or
to
something.
Yeah,
Texas
going
like
to,
a week ago, and it was
Montana or
bad.
something. It was open
Montana or
roads.
Idaho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. All right. So what's up with the music scene? What have you been making?
So I mentioned that I rebranded again. So
Okay.
Pranay is my birthright, but like I added my middle and last name. So Pranay SG. You know, I last time I was here, I was still in high school. I was making high school kid music. You know, like I was still finding my way with my sound. And most recently, I felt like I've really started to dial in on what my sound actually is. And so I re-put out my debut single in November, along with the show that I did out in DC. And right now we're working on the second single that's coming out next month. It's called. I forget what it's called. Wow, can't believe that.
Your own song?
Dude, my own song. I forget lyrics of my songs on stage all the
Oh,
time.
no.
Dude, on my own song.
It's
I
okay.
wrote
So
the
does
damn
Justin
song.
Bieber, and he's super famous. So
I've
but,
always wondered that. That's my biggest fear. If I ever became musically talented, was like forgetting lyrics
became
during a stage.
musically talented.
That's, I gotta
if
put
I
that
ever,
out there.
if it just comes
If it
across
just
me
comes
one
to
day.
me, if I was born one day, you know. Excuse me?
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sure Rahib is very musically inclined.
Yeah, we call.
God give me
his-
everything else except music. That's what it is.
We
for me.
call
You're a
the
dancer,
music
so that's
we
some
had
sort of
toned
music.
up.
That's
so.
true. That's true. I'll be on the stage in some other capacity.
For sure, for sure.
He'll be your backup dancer while you.
Dude, that'd be great.
Like,
I'd love to
all
have you
you
guys
need
like
is-
dance like
There
for
we
a
go,
show one
there
day.
we go,
Dude, that'd
yeah.
be crazy.
The dream is to be a K-pop backup dancer. That'd be dope
That's
as
the
fuck.
dream.
That's a dream of mine.
Be a
Yeah.
backup dancer.
To the K-pop stars. I can't sing in Korean. So the
Can't
next
sing in
best
Korean.
thing is to dance for the Koreans.
I'll let you know if I meet any of the BTS guys.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Oh
That would
my
be- that'd be
God.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you meet them and don't mention I have two friends that could dance for
Hey,
you
I know a great
guys.
podcast you guys should be on.
Oh my
right?
God.
Imagine whole
Could you
like,
imagine?
All seven
All
of them.
seven of them.
I think
Need a
I would
bigger couch.
cry.
you
Oh my
don't
Yeah.
God. Just the idea of that. Wow.
Are you still a big Ariana Grande fan? I
I
remember that from last time. That was a
yeah,
big
so
thing.
here's the thing. I still love her voice
Uh-huh.
because like as we like to say with Kanye and Chris Brown, we remove the person from the music,
Fair.
the art.
Understandable.
So that's who where I am now. With
You've
her.
heard of the
Gotcha.
recent drama,
Scandal.
right? Her
She's
haven't.
like basically
Really?
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
no,
no,
I'll
no,
tell it. You're
no.
bad at
She-
storytelling.
Excuse me. She there's a lot of like controversy behind all of her past exes and how she obtained them, and then her current.
Obtain them.
Yes.
Obtain them.
Well, yes,
Infinity Stone.
According,
Yeah, right, like-
I mean,
like Pokemon
according to
cards.
people, she apparently like stole them from their then girls, and so her current boyfriend was married to a woman who just gave birth, and according to that woman, he left her for Ariana Grande, and Ariana Grande married and got a divorce for this guy. According
So the
to the
accusation
news.
is that Ariana's a homewrecker. And
Yes,
she's been
and the
doing
only
that
reason why
in
it's
all
an
of her
accusation is
relationships.
because she hasn't come out to deny it or approve it, I guess. But then the Yes and song, everyone's saying that it's like her basically being like, okay, so I'm doing this stuff, leave me alone,
Yeah.
which is why I'm trying to remove the artist from the art because I like her song and her voice, and she still has that angelic beauty in her singing. But God, she's a crap person if this is all true.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, my heart broke.
I mean,
And she's like, there was like this TikTok I literally saw today that said, Ariana Grande literally was the top pop star, had everything going for her, and got like literally gave it all away for a SpongeBob guy.
Yeah, the guy they met on. They were doing a play.
Wicked.
They're doing a play, that Wicked play.
The movie.
And the guy who she's with now voiced SpongeBob in a
He
different
Voiced
play.
he was like
Not
Broadway. No,
the
he was a
voice of
Broadway
SpongeBob, but he's
SpongeBob
like did a SpongeBob on Broadway.
on Broadway. Yes, and he
But he
looks
looks
like
like-
SpongeBob.
He look no. Yes, he looks like SpongeBob.
does he look like SpongeBob?
He
Kinda
looks like
a human SpongeBob.
human, like a ginger pasty.
Kind of mix of SpongeBob and Ron Weasley.
Yes.
It's kind
Really?
of weird.
But like, yeah, really bad.
Wasn't she getting like married to like that real estate agent?
Yeah,
or something?
yeah.
Like, real estate
He was
mogul?
the only cute one in the last 3 relationships she's had. This
Pete
current one is
Davidson, I don't know
SpongeBob.
if
Pete
Pete
Davidson
Davidson
is.
hits me up. I don't know.
That's because
I
he has
can
a.
see the
okay.
appeal of Pete Davidson.
Yes, it's his
hilarious.
big
I
dick.
can
That's
see
it.
No, he's just a funny guy.
He's not funny.
Funny people.
He's not funny.
He's hilarious.
I
I'm not
think
gonna lie
he's
to
just
you.
crude. But
Like-
then again, you think crude humor is funny because you're trying to be crude humor and it's not funny ever.
It's pretty
Like, not
funny.
even a little.
It's pretty funny.
I've
That's
seen
a-
the
But I mean,
comedians
everyone
who
has their different tastes in humor.
right.
Yours is bad, but
okay.
whatever.
Right. If you guys need another like female pop star to get behind right now, who's like,
Sabrina Carpenter.
nope.
Oh.
I mean, she's great.
Yeah.
Tate McRae,
Oh, yeah.
Taylor,
yeah.
and like you guys are in the
She's-
dancing community, so you guys know her.
I like her
She's
song
been
"Cut
coming
My
a lot.
Hair."
She's a,
That's a good one.
she's a really good dancer too. So she,
Yeah.
She was like
She's
top 3 in
fine.
Canada at one point.
Oh,
Is she
wow.
Canadian?
She's Canadian.
Yeah, that
Oh,
makes sense.
They're all from
course.
Canada.
They're all
Yeah,
from Canada.
Justin Bieber,
All, like,
Drake.
I want to be from
They're
Canada. at this
hiding
point.
all of them
Yeah.
somewhere, and they all come to
Avril
America.
Lavigne, I think, is also from
Yeah.
Canada, right?
Avril was
Yeah.
from Canada.
I love her.
It's like funny. We get all of our actors from England and all of our singers
Canada.
from
See,
Canada.
Americans can't do shit. And everyone thinks we're the
No,
best
America's
country.
Ariana Grande. What do you mean?
Oh my God, yeah. America's Kanye West and Ariana Grande and Chris Brown.
Chris Brown is from Virginia, so
Yeah,
Well,
Chris Brown
that's
is
why-
down south a little bit.
yeah, VA Beach. I
Yeah,
think.
that's where they do all the domestic violence,
cousin
so it
met
makes
him
sense.
at VCU when he was going there. VCU years ago. He was like playing
Who's going to
basketball.
VCU?
One of my cousins. He actually
gotcha.
is the other host on the podcast. He's
Oh,
on
the
here
one who
today.
usually sits here.
But he would have been next to you, taking Riku's
We
spot.
got a cuter host now.
Yeah,
so-
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God, look at
He's just
him.
lying. He's just so comfortable. Stomach.
He's
I might
very
steal your
happy.
dog. I'm going to steal your
You
dog
can steal him for the night. It's okay.
for the night. Oh, I'm gonna take him. Nah, but
so happy. Wow.
yeah, no. Tate is
I hate that her name is Tate.
Is that how you pronounce it? Or is it,
Tate.
or is it Tate? Or Tate?
Tate.
don't
I was
know.
Tate would be
hoping it's
crazy.
Tate.
Yeah, Tate.
no, it's Tate McRae.
Tate
I think she has a very pop star esque name. It just works.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Pranay SG is not like I wish there was a way to make my name sound cooler.
I think of Andrew Tate when I hear her
That's
name.
what I also think.
Yeah, that's why I don't like
the
that it's-
Tate name has been tainted.
Yes, it's
kind
been
of.
tainted.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I was
also-
a Tate McRae fan since like COVID, so I've been like
Yeah.
on the
yeah.
bandwagon forever.
She's had a lot of really good singles, and now she
I
has
think
an
she had
album
that's
now.
blowing up.
The
Yeah, her
album is
concert here
phenomenal.
sold out, and I'm so
I
sad.
went. I was there.
Oh, damn.
I
Oh,
was
that's
there.
so awesome.
I was
See, yeah,
there.
I wanted to go, and it was sold out.
I took two of my dude friends who like don't care, and I was like, bro, just come with, because like I felt awkward being the only
You
one to
should've
go.
just taken us.
I should have.
Yeah, next time.
Next time. And dude, she can perform her ass off, dude.
Oh, yeah.
She is a performer and a
She
half.
loves doing a lot of her like the big dances for her music videos and her performances,
That's good.
which is really good because you don't see that in a lot of American artists. You
Yeah.
see it more in K-pop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
which is
good. It's
cool.
like that's a really undeserved talent. Not undeserved, but unmentioned talent. Like
No, for
actually
sure.
being able to perform
Yeah.
at concerts versus just standing
Standing there
there.
and singing.
Huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. It makes like the world of difference, because that's one thing like I try to do as an artist myself is be a better performer.
Mm-hmm.
And like
We'll give
if
you
you had
dance
came to my
lessons.
Jam and Java show, right? I was like the jump around type of guy.
Yeah. Okay.
And like it was like my first show to that big of a crowd before, and like first song, you just knew I was shaky. You knew I like wasn't doing it. And now like recently, like I've been doing it with like a live band. I've been moving
Mm-hmm.
around a lot more smoothly. I've been just feeling myself a bit more on stage, and like it feels better when you perform better, and then it also translates to cameras, to fans.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
It's-
definitely.
It makes the world of a difference when it comes to like a person's artistry, for sure.
I was telling him once, I've been to many concerts this last like year and a half, and the performances I remember are the ones where they really go all out with their, not just dancing, but like just a lot of movement and interactions, and not just standing there and singing. Like I love Demi Lovato, but I went to go see her, and I don't really remember her concert because she's just standing there singing.
Right.
She doesn't really perform, you know? So I feel like, yeah, it makes a huge difference, especially the more that you do it, you're going to like feel.
That reminds
like
me of some
performing more.
interesting concert experience we've had. Like we went to see Jack Harlow.
How is Jack?
He was good. He was really fun. My only complaint was that he doesn't have that big of a discography, I think. I mean, if you only count his debut albums or his like studio albums, he has a lot of mixtapes and stuff.
Yeah.
But he did like 20 seconds of each song. He never did like a full song.
So how long is this show?
His show was like in like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but he did a lot of songs where he just did like the hook and then went
Gotcha.
to a next song.
Yeah.
I mean, those hits, right? Like
They
First
were
Class.
like,
and
yeah. So
New
like,
One. That's all
yeah,
you know.
he obviously closed out with like First Class, but he did that. So that was like the only song he did the whole thing
Really?
through.
Yeah.
That was an interesting thing. I've been to a few concerts, but that was the first time he did such a shortened version of each song.
That's interesting.
But it was a
His one was not that memorable.
I was gonna say I thought it was memorable because he
Oh.
did his one thing, not for his music, but his like one thing. He brought out a hose on stage and started spraying people.
Oh, well, yeah. But that wasn't part of the singing or
Oh
performance.
yeah, it's gotta do. It's an
Yeah.
experience, right? So like, some artists do have some experience. He had a basketball hoop set up and got people in the audience to come up and shoot a 3-pointer for like free merch or a free concert ticket and stuff like that.
So the
That was
experience,
interesting.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
But-
fun experience.
While he was singing or rapping, I guess, it wasn't like, whoa.
Right.
I mean, he sounds like he does an album, so that's
Yeah,
what
that's
you expect.
good.
He actually
Right.
sounds like he can rap. So
Yeah, he's a good rapper.
That is
I think
good.
last time I came on here, I think I talked about Jack Harlow a little bit. He's been one of my favorite rappers for like a few years
yeah,
now.
I like him.
But yeah, I don't know if I'd go see him perform live, to be honest.
It's,
We wouldn't go again.
Yeah.
it's weird because I like his old stuff, which makes me sound like some kind of hipster. But
No,
I like his old stuff is really fun because compared to his new stuff, where his like the lyrics are questionable and it feels like I don't know, maybe he gets ghost written.
sweet
Seaman. Exactly. I was thinking of the exact line.
Yeah.
And I'm just questioning why he wrote that or if he
That's
wrote
fair.
that. And it's crazy. But it's like old stuff when he was in high school and he looked like a little nerd was so much better.
Killer.
It was-
His new album though, like his very Jackman.
Jackman, yeah,
That was
a
good.
little good back to basics kind of Jack,
Yeah,
and that was
for
like,
sure.
yeah,
For sure.
like they loving it. That single that was so good.
Mhm.
It was good, yeah. So I'm wondering what would your concert experience be if you were throwing a big stadium concert? What would you do?
I've thought about this so many times,
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, I have no clue, but we'll make it work. So I think, I mean, for me, I do a lot of live instruments now,
Yeah,
and I think
Cool.
that in a show, just like, so my new music is a lot more like singer-songwritery, folk, pop, country esque. So honestly, like a band and just like me and my guitar. I've been playing a lot more guitar recently, and just a little like stand and just like me sitting, not stand, but like a bench or whatever,
right.
or stool. That's the
There
word
we
I'm
go.
looking
Yeah,
for.
stool.
Third time's the charm.
I was imagining a stool. I couldn't think of the word either.
Right. So just, but honestly, like if I continue to go like more the pop route, like actual like pop star route, I would love to like, dancers, like, big lights, pyrotechnics, water falling from the sky or whatever.
Yeah,
All of that. I want
Would
my
you
show
have a
to
dance
be
break?
maybe. I mean, I can't dance. Maybe y'all got to teach me how to dance. I got to come
We
to
can
some
teach you how to
dancing.
dance.
There you go.
Come to our
Workshops.
workshops.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
there you go.
I'm gonna have to pop out to one of those. But yeah, like I would love to, do that one day. It really depends where my music goes, really, in terms of
Yeah.
like sound. But I just want it to be memorable, where it's either it's good for the music, it's good for like the show itself, like the theatrics of the show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Taylor's concerts are really memorable. Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but that's because like I feel like she has like these genres and these different eras that she does during her Eras tour, and I always feel like for girls it's a lot easier because they can wear all these fancy sparkles and big dresses and like you can't walk out in a giant. You could, but like it's not your thing, and you
Yeah.
wouldn't walk out in a giant dress. Like hers is a
You could do,
little
like,
different, even though
Pink.
she doesn't
Remember
dance.
the Pink, the artist?
Yeah, Pink, yeah.
Her thing is like getting on the wires and like
Yes,
spinning around
I
the whole
was literally
stadium.
gonna say
Yeah.
you should come
You could
down
do
from
that.
the ceiling
That would be cool. That would be cool.
or a helicopter, like
Helicopter's cool.
Machine Gun
Helicopter drop.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went to see Machine Gun Kelly.
He came in
down
a helicopter.
Really?
Yeah.
It was at Capital One Arena too. It was
That's
like
gotta be an
a
expensive
helicopter,
setup.
but it was
Oh, well, yeah,
it was like
fake,
a
but
suspended thing that came
It
down.
was,
but
and he
in
was
it.
like in a whole harness thing, and he like came down, and it was
that was
it.
yeah. But if we're talking about performers, oh yeah, my Nicolas Cage pillow.
You can
You could
take it off.
No, don't listen to her. He's the secret host of this podcast.
And I'm a full-time hater of Nicolas Cage.
But yeah, Machine Gun
I can
Kelly was
understand both sides. For sure.
yeah, but MGK was a really good performance. It was a really fun concert. We saw Avril Lavigne there.
Oh my god, I love her.
That was a really good one. Even though it was a band, it was still very memorable. He did a lot of stuff. He had
Mm-hmm.
pyrotechnics. He had a giant like light up statue and everything. And
Really?
He smoked weed on stage.
That sounds
that's
like something he would
yeah,
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, he had like an optical illusion kind of thing where it looked like they were all in a inclined hill on stage. It was really weird. But
Yeah.
really fun time. Really good.
Oh yeah. What would your stage look like?
My stage. Ooh.
Because like you performing is different, but like
Right.
the backdrops and whatever, it makes a difference.
So I love when artists like make their stage like really like interesting like shapes.
Okay.
Like I'm a big Morgan Wallen fan. I don't know if you guys have seen Morgan Wallen perform ever, but he's got this like stage where it's like half of it is like slanted upwards like this, like a 15 degree, not 15, like 3 or 4 degree angle, and like one like perpendicular to the floor or parallel to the floor. And it spells MW.
Oh.
And so it's like M and then W, and then he's like walking across, and it's a huge stage for one person.
Yeah.
Then his band is up at the top.
Okay.
That seems like a cool stage idea, something like that. Like I would love to do that, and then like backdrops would
like optical illusions is what you mean, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that, and then backdrops, whatever fits the vibe of the song, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned you've been using live instruments and live bands. Who do you play with, or?
So I have my band. They're the Hound Dogs. So
Ooh.
I'm
Are they going
Pranay
with
SG
you?
and the Hound Dogs. What's up?
Are they going with you to LA?
No, I wish, dude. I wish. They're so
okay,
talented,
okay.
but they've got their own like lives here.
Oh,
Like
gotcha,
one of them
gotcha.
works like an IT job. One of them is in his own band called Mach Zero. Shout out Mach Zero. They're so talented. Anyway, but yeah, they're like, so we're PSG and the Hound Dogs. We're Pranay SG and the Hound Dogs.
Oh, PSG and the Hound. I like that.
Yeah, I'm a big Elvis fan. I'm a big
Oh,
Elvis
okay.
guy. So first, yeah, because he's got the song Hound
Yes,
Dog.
Hound Dogs.
So I did a show November 4th. Was probably my favorite show I've done to date. It was at the Pocket. I don't know guys if you guys are familiar. Really small venue in DC. I actually was opening for an artist named Alex Embler, super talented guy, and was invited by a friend named Derico who also performed.
Oh, I know Derico.
Oh, you guys know Derico? Yeah, that's
yeah, we
right.
met him when Blake and OTD were performing at Jamming Java.
Oh
one
yeah,
day.
for sure. He's real talented.
Yeah, he's
Kid's
a good
got
singer.
a voice. He's a really good singer. But yeah, he got me the show, and then they moved me up to like a co-headliner spot because I was able to sell like a lot of tickets for that show, and yeah, my whole getup was like a whole leather pants, leather jacket, tank top underneath.
Oh,
Red-
nice.
wow.
Yeah,
red
straight
guitar.
up Elvis,
Very
yeah.
Elvis.
Yeah, so very Elvis-esque. I didn't pull it off as well as I thought I would. I'll be completely honest, but dude, it was still a fun show.
Yeah.
You know, so that was a good time. And yes, then like my a friend of mine was like, Pranay, like I couldn't think of a band name, and I was like, dude, you're performing Hound Dog, PSG and the Hound Dogs. I was like, that's the name. And so we came up with the Hound Dogs. Right now it's just two of us, like three people, me, my guitarist, and my drummer.
Okay.
But yeah, like I want to add more, but honestly I'm leaving, so I don't really know if I should right now.
I'm sure the LA music scene you'll find a lot of
Oh, for
options.
sure.
Oh
For sure,
yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, a lot of dance options too. LA's a whole dance central, so you can get.
You
into
can
that
learn
as
a
well.
lot of dance on your
you
own
guys
there.
gotta get out there then.
Oh yeah, this is a whole different level.
For sure.
Yeah,
for
my
sure.
whole thing is that I want to make what LA has over here as well.
Yeah.
So why does everything have to be on the
We'll be the
West
jump
Coast?
starters of that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially
I'll be
in
rooting for
Virginia.
y'all.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
No, of course.
DC is a pretty good dance scene, especially like a Desi dance scene. It's
Mm-hmm.
growing a
For
lot,
sure.
and we've been trying to help promote that too. But I'm also trying to make it in Virginia, so I don't always have to drive an hour into the city.
That's fair.
Get
And there's
more.
nothing like this kind of stuff in Virginia,
There's not.
especially in the DC community. So if we can start it up, why not?
Dude,
and I'll be
I'm
there to
here.
support.
I'm here for y'all.
Yeah.
No, like anything y'all need, let me know.
Of course, and
I
then
get
we'll be
out
dancing to Pranay songs, and I'll have you come in for a
Hopefully.
guest
Yeah.
star in the class. Like, hey, we
Love
got the
to.
artist of the
And
song.
if you
we're
want to help
dancing
out,
to.
like I said, the second you meet any K-pop idol, you'll let them know about this
I
podcast.
I got you. For sure.
Tell them
100%.
I make a really amazing food, especially Korean food. Like I can cook for them. It's all good.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's
They
up.
we have rooms here. They can stay here.
we
Yeah.
have rooms here apparently.
You have rooms here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
have rooms
do.
here.
Our room. Yeah, they can stay. I'll sleep on
What?
the couch.
No, we have
We
guest
have
rooms.
one room.
We have 2 guest rooms.
Oh.
Air mattresses, guys.
We have 2 guest rooms. What's huh? Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, what would you say? It's been over the years since we've last talked. What have you been your like? We talked about your highest moments. Anything like? Let's talk about some of the lowest moments, like
There's
your
been a
funniest moments. Maybe some moments. Maybe the cringiest moments.
And how's your love life going with all
We'll
this
get into
music
that for
stuff?
sure.
Yeah, we're talking about cringe stuff. Let's talk about your love life.
No,
as
yeah.
well.
I mean, hey.
Yeah, let's get into it. So, you know, I've one big thing that happened is I moved away for college for a year. I lived on campus for a year. So that opened up a lot of new experiences for me. Just got out of my first relationship as of like a month ago.
Okay.
So that was
It's the first one, and it's always
It's
the
always the hardest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and it was only like really like a 3-month relationship, and no, it was definitely like difficult, and I think it was a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was leaving. You know,
I was gonna say, yeah.
and like I made it clear before we even got into a relationship, like, hey, I am leaving, and there's not really anything that's gonna stop me from doing that. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
and like she understood that, and we got into a relationship, and I think she's a great person. Like, not to ever rag on her, but I think she just wasn't really understanding of like my situation in my household, how things work, and things like that, where it's just kind of getting in the way. Decided it'd be the best to like be separate.
Okay.
But I wish it didn't have to go the way it did go. And like I wish I was still with her, obviously, but
Right.
I wish like everything was more cordial than it's been. I'll just say that.
I get that.
You'll hear it in the music. The new music is definitely inspired by that.
Ooh, a little Taylor Swift action over here.
Oh,
Okay.
100%.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah, I've got a few songs that you hear lyrics of and you're like, damn, this kid might have something going on.
He went through some shit. Damn.
Hey, that's okay.
Sure. No,
You
but-
mentioned that she wasn't understanding the household. Does that mean she wasn't brown? Yeah,
I was about to say what she white, but
Been
I
there,
didn't want to say it.
been there, done that.
Yeah, I think it was just like, I guess it's not even like a brown thing. A lot of guys, are very attached to their moms,
Okay.
and like some girls just don't find, like, I'm very, not just my mom, but my dad as well. Like, I'm very close with both my parents. Like, I have a very friendly relationship with them, where it's like, there's a lot of
She
respect.
was just jealous.
I don't
kidding,
know
I'm
if it was
kidding, I'm
that
totally
or
kidding.
anything like that, but and like I guess like it was kind of hard to for her to understand where it's like, all right, where I've got to make a decision between it can't always be her, or it's got to, like, I've got to think about my family too. I've only known you for 3 months. I can't always make you the first priority.
Yeah.
Like I will a lot of times, and then like my schedule, being a college student, having a job, and going to studio sessions like super often, having sessions at home, having sessions with other people, having to do show rehearsals.
You're
like
busy, yeah.
I'm very busy. So for me, it was like, I was able to fit in time, late nights, like, hey, I'll talk to you for as long as you want, but it's unfortunately going to be after 11 p.m. Or I'll call you throughout the day, but it'll be like 15 to 20 minutes whenever I can fit in time. It's not like I don't want to make time. It's just I didn't have time to make.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you have this whole
You have a lot on your
music
plate.
career. Yeah, you have a lot on your plate.
Yeah,
And
and like I don't blame her for that. Like I get that where she comes from, and I just wish it went a little differently, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was a great person. I still have a lot of respect for her for sure. But some things I guess are better off left where they are.
Yeah.
she'll look back at it and be like, oh, if I was only as mature as I am now back then. Because,
Maybe.
I mean, I'm as a girl, I can definitely
everyone
say,
has,
yeah.
they're at different points of different
Yeah.
lives.
She'll understand it later.
Now you got some good music coming out.
Yeah.
Y'all,
which I
I'm
am
excited
pumped
for the
about.
music. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. There's a lot of stuff coming out for sure.
Okay,
good.
wait. With that being said, since you pulled a Taylor Swift, are you ever nervous about like making a song about an ex and then them being texting you, be like, "What the fuck,
Is
man?
this me?
Is this about me?
Can I tell you a story?
Yes.
Okay,
please.
so bro, I gotta stop doing it.
That's all right.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, sorry, Nicolas Cage. Anyway, so all right, you want to stay right
yeah,
here? I did a song. It was one of my like last Pranay songs before I changed to Pranay SG. It wasn't one. Actually, it was like fifth or sixth last song. It was called "Say Sorry," and it was about a previous like situationship I was in. Girl like kind of like ended up cheating on me or whatever with my best friend.
Oh.
The story went up.
Ooh.
Yeah, this song
Anyway.
up. What was-
Keep going. Keep going.
So yeah, that's hilarious. So I had this like lyric. I'm not gonna say it here because it's not my proudest moment, but it was like I definitely said not nice things about this person. And it was funny because when me and my ex now had first got into a relationship, I hadn't shown her my music. She knew I was a musician. She knew I was like did New York Fashion Week, whatnot. But she hadn't seen listened to it ever.
Right.
And it was the first time I hadn't like forced my music onto a girl I was talking to. I was like, I wanted to try this out. She found my Spotify, which obviously it was just Pranay at the time. Heard that song and goes, Pranay, if you ever write a song about me like this, I swear I will kill you. Luckily, I'm not writing music like that about her, but yeah, I'm definitely a little nervous. Yeah, like, I mean, here's the thing, like, how I look back on like my relationship with her was like, it was the great moments were amazing, fantastic, and maybe it was because it was like my real first relationship that I was like in, and but like I look back at like the rosy moments as really really good, really really fun. Anytime her and I went out, anytime her and I like, we were big movie people, so we watched a lot of movies together and like whatnot. Like every time we did one of those things, it's great. Anytime it came to one specific situation, it was like either I'm fighting at home, trying to get my family to really see eye to eye to this person, and then or it's me trying to fight with her, be like, hey, like, babe, please, like, just this is my situation. Let me figure this out. I'll figure it out. I promise.
Okay.
And it's just like doing these things just made me realize I'm like, dude, I'm spending way too much time on, both parties, where one party thinks that this person might not be that great for me because she might be pulling me away from my values or my family. And one person thinks that I'm not giving them enough time. And so it's like, for me, it wasn't like she did anything. So it was really hard for me to write anything that was like straight up like, like
F you.
fuck you music,
Yeah.
So right now it's like heartbreak music for real. And then I really saw like, all right, let me like step back. I heard people out, they're like, dude, like these things that she was doing, like,
was it manipulative?
not manipulative, but like I just didn't see it. Maybe it was a little manipulative. I don't think it was, but it was just like, dude, like you didn't see these signs.
You know what? Yesterday we were talking about this, that nice guys finish last because they always go after mean girls. And it could be something like that.
she's
I know,
spitting.
bars, right? Bars, right?
I'm about to have to write that down. I'm about to write that down.
There you go.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with the artist Noah Khan.
Yes, I've heard of him. He's
Six
like
Season?
kind of a country.
Sounds
Yeah, 6 Season.
familiar.
Yeah.
His album, which is also named 6 Season, fantastic, right? And he's got the song on it called All My Love. It goes like, we once sang retrograde, we shake the frame of your car, never now I know your name but not who you are. It's all okay, they're in a drop of bad blood. You got all my love. And like I used to like listen to that song when I first broke up with this girl, and like I'm like, I feel this way. I have no reason to hate her. Blah blah blah. And then like it took everything in me to not try to go back to her until people were like, dude, these things, like don't forget of these things that she would do or she would say that made you feel like you had to make a decision between your family or her. Because at one point it became a decision. It's like, that's why we're not together. It's
Yeah.
like, it was
An
a decision.
ultimatum.
And I'm like,
That's where it gets a little weird too, because it's like you are as close as you are to your family, and they're
moving to LA for me.
they're literally so supportive.
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that she would make you choose her over your family clearly shows that she didn't know you at all.
Yeah, and like I'm 20. Like she was like, Pranay, you're at your grown age of 20, you live at home. I'm
Okay, all right, pause.
You're 19. You just turned 19.
And you're
you
in
live on
college.
campus. Like you would be living at home too.
Yeah.
And maybe the way she'd say things.
I'm
like,
sorry, pause. Is she white? Okay, see, like, there's like a very different, and I'm not, it's not because you're brown. It's
Right.
like there's a huge American mentality that, and it goes one way or another. It's, oh, you're 18, you have to move out, you got to do everything on your own. Your parents are no longer your parents or something. And then there's the other side of America, which is predominantly POC, and they're like, well, family's family, and like if I save money, why not? And I don't have to move out immediately until I'm ready. Like there's no rush, and a lot of the times we don't get kicked out of our houses.
This is also the worst thing is that this is college. Like,
Yes.
a lot of
You're not
people-
even, like,
half the
working,
college is
like-
like off campus living
Yeah.
at home.
Right.
And the
Especially
other
if you
half
go to
is
George
in
Mason,
campus.
Especially
yeah.
if you go to Mason.
And Mason's
Yeah.
majority
It's a
everyone's
commuter
off
school.
campus.
Exactly. Like I was just doing some research on it, and 30,000 kids commute every day to Mason.
Yeah, it's
Me being one of
it's
them,
literally a
Yeah.
commuter school. Like
We all
we don't
commuted,
have
they're
a
commuting.
yeah. I lived on campus for a little bit, and then he commuted the whole
Where on
time.
campus do you live?
I lived my first one freshman year was Presidential Park. Then I went
President's
to
We call it President's Projects now.
oh
They don't call it that. That's what the kids call it.
oh. No, I know
Yeah.
what you mean. Like
It always looks sketchy when
we
even
always
when we
called
were
it
there.
the park at the time. Oh wow, different names. I'm so old. And then I moved to Hampton Roads, and then I
Okay.
moved to Northern Neck, and then I moved out.
I
So-
lived at Commonwealth.
Okay.
Right? So like right around Northern
Yeah,
Neck
yeah,
and
yeah.
Hampton. But yeah, like I had a great time living on campus.
Yeah,
it was
me
a
too.
good
It
time.
was a great time.
But like there's nothing ever to do.
Oh, that was different for me. I joined a sorority, joined MKR, so I had things to do.
gotcha. Yeah.
And I knew some people there from high school as well, so we always would party and whatever. But
fair.
but even in that sense, like because it is such a big commuter school, it does feel less like a college and more just like going to school, coming home.
Right.
So like her expecting you to be like move out and live on campus, like that's just
How do you
very
live on campus? Move out. Like your parents are very controlling of you. Like move out.
what.
Babe,
Did-
my parents are moving to LA for my music career.
Yeah,
You think I'd be
that's
stupid
the
to move out?
complete opposite of controlling.
And like, yeah, like, and obviously, like, our parents, like, I think a lot of parents, like, tend to, like, not say the reason for things, but they have their reasons for things, right? Like,
Yeah.
a lot of times my parents, like, listen, like, we just want you to be safe. And, like, if I'm mad at them, like, I'm not thinking about, like, my safety. I'm like, I want to go do this.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, trust me, it's for the best. And then you know, I'll think about it. I'm like, dude, like, yeah, this could have gone way different, you know, if I didn't listen to him. So it's like things like that. It's just like Pranay move out. I'm like, all right, well, truth be told, if you weren't here at Mason right now, you were going to school out in Richmond, where she was from, would you be living at home? Yes. All right.
What?
See, yeah.
There's your answer.
That girl's not thinking at all.
I'm like,
So,
yeah, like
You
see,
dodged a bullet in a sense because
I guess I did, but you know, I always say like I won't have like a really bad thing to say about her because other than that, like she's a great girlfriend. And I really enjoyed my time with her. But you'll hear that in my music for sure.
I'm
Like,
so excited. Oh my god! Now that we know the background of it, like when we listen to the lyrics, I'm
Now we're
gonna
going to dissect the lyrics. Like, oh yeah, this is about that.
I'll
one.
dissect something for you right now if you want me to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
go ahead.
So there's a song that I wrote. It's one of my favorite ones that's coming up on my upcoming album. Proceed with caution. I don't know when it'll come out, but it'll come out eventually. It's a good name for my situation. But the song's called American Dream. And you know, you always talk about like with your person, like, hey, white picket fences, 2 kids, dogs, you know, like the perfect like American dream in a sense, right? And so the lyric is, the chorus goes, wow, I'm blanking on the lyrics again. It's
Justin Bieber. Because he forgets the lyrics.
Oh,
hold on, can I pull out my phone?
Yeah, go for it.
Go
Go
ahead.
for
Because
it.
I want to.
It's not live.
Yeah.
This is okay. It's not okay. True, it'll be cut out in post. I don't want to waste time or anything like
No,
that.
no, you're good.
you're
You're good.
good,
You're
you're
good.
Let's see.
Gosh.
Ooh, I wrote the song last night called "Are You Happy?" Oh, that shit was crazy. Hello, where's the song go? Okay. I thought you said forever, but I never knew forever could end. I heard that X marks the spot, but you're the treasure I wouldn't get. Don't think about our kids in the fields and pastures. Supposed to be in love, but we're both looking backwards. Don't dream about your white picket fence with me, baby. We weren't the American dream. And so I'm like,
Wow.
it was like the sense of like, I'm trying to get over this shit, and I like write songs like that. I'm like, dude, how the hell am I supposed to get over this? So
I think writing it is how you get over it, though. Like
I'll be very, very vulnerable. I started going to therapy because of this.
okay.
And it's like something I
Wow.
felt like I needed for a little bit, you know, but this really pushed me over the edge. I'm like, I need therapy, you know? And so another thing, like in not even brown parents, but POC families,
Right.
such a taboo topic.
Oh,
right.
100%.
And like, I talked to my parents like, hey, like I had this thing a few years ago. You guys knew about it. And I knew I mentioned therapy, and I just kind of always got cold feet coming to my parents about therapy. And then like, they're like, listen, like we understand what you're going through right now. Like it's not easy. Do you feel like you need it?
Okay, where are your parents from? Like another
can I
planet? What
get
the
them?
hell?
They're
Where'd you buy
fantastic.
them? I need this.
I don't know, dude. I was.
What kind of
Black
parenting
market,
book did
honestly.
they read when they came to America? Because oh my god, I've never
They're fantastic parents.
I've never ever heard of. I know many brown people who are multiple different ages, younger than you, older than us. I've never heard of brown parents be like this. I'm sorry, I'm shook.
Also, my
You're
mom,
adopted.
I might be honestly.
Oh my God.
I have no idea. Like my parents might have just like sprayed painted themselves brown. They might not be brown. But no, like in all seriousness, like my family is very emotional. I'm a very emotional person. My parents are, and so when they see me down in the dumps, I wear my heart on my sleeve. When I'm down in the dumps, you'll notice. Like, and so my mom was like, "Listen, I get that you'll cry and you'll be upset about this, and you'll obviously write music about this 24/7, right? Like, do you feel like you need therapy?" And I was like, truth be told, that's what I need most right now, you know. And like, it's such a taboo topic, and honestly, like, I haven't even told most of my family back home in India about it, because I'm like, only my cousins in India know, who are like a bit older.
And
who
honestly,
really
you don't need
understand.
to tell all of them.
Yeah, and like they don't need to know.
Yeah.
And like,
if they're gonna just be negative and like backtrack on your progress that you're making in therapy,
Yeah.
there's no reason to have to tell people.
exactly. And like, and they're very supportive. Like my family, I'm also like one of the youngest people in my family.
Or you're like the baby.
So I'm like the baby, right? So for them, like, I am like the most precious thing when it comes to India. When I go to India, apparently, they'll
The
like
gem has arrived.
literally they oh my god, like my uncles and aunts, I love them to absolute death. They're absolutely amazing, and like they treat me so well. And my mom can't say a single thing to me in India. Oh my god, my uncles, aunts, all of them, like, don't you say anything to our son. Like, they're fantastic, but at the same time, like they're in India, they're not here. They're also older than my parents. very, very different situations that my family, like my immediate family, is in compared to my cousin's immediate family,
Right.
where they're in India. So it's like I'm like, my cousins know, and my cousins are not my age; they're older than I am, but they're young enough to understand like today's day and age, you know, because they live in it.
Yeah.
Whereas like, you know, the
What do
older-
you consider old enough to understand, or
They're
young?
like
Young
millennials.
enough.
they're
like,
millennials
How old are
and
they?
like older millennials. So
Okay,
they're like
yeah.
they're in like their 30s, 32,
Okay.
35.
I was just
36.
double checking because
No. You guys
we're pretty old.
No, you guys aren't in not in that category at all. Like I'm talking about
8 years
60s.
older than you, sir.
I'm talking about 60s.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like 60s.
Hey, I
I
gotta
don't
make
understand.
sure.
You know, like so. You know, truth be told, they're not even going to listen to this podcast, so they're not going to ever know.
Yeah, that's true. yeah.
Um,
We don't really hit the 60s demographic.
right. Fair enough. Yeah. So like, you know, I haven't told them, and you know, like they don't need to know, but you know, it was definitely like a nerve-wracking thing when I first went up to my parents. Was like, hey, I think I need therapy, and like then I got cold feet, obviously, because like even like as a guy, you know, we're like, oh yeah, like therapy, like,
Yeah.
dude, like I got this shit,
Yeah.
like I'm all right, like I'll be straight.
I just want to point out one of the hottest things a guy can do is go to therapy. So you're already a leg up.
And this
You guys heard it
compared-
here. I'm hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have a leg up to compared to all the other people out there.
I think.
Miss it straight. That's more attractive too. No, but yeah, like the whole, yeah, I think therapy is definitely like a very important thing. Also, like one of the biggest things I was scared about going to therapy, like, all right, well, what if I'm fine? What am I gonna write about?
You're actually fine, Pranay. I'll give you your money back. You know.
No,
They
not
will
even
not
that.
give
Like,
his
what
money
if I
back.
go to therapy, I become fine and not mentally unstable sometimes, and then what do I write about?
Oh,
I'm so locked in the music thing. I'm like, dude, like,
yeah.
what if like my career goes to shit because I can't write about shit anymore?
Yeah.
What
Honestly,
if I'm okay?
Nothing troubling to write about.
Yeah, what if like
You
it's-
could sing songs about being okay. Today I'm Pranay and I'm feeling okay.
Yeah, I don't think
Wow.
that's on your records.
No, yeah, but
No, but like it's this reminds me like when I was younger, I started off as like a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Parents supportive, hated it. Right. I also sucked at rapping when I was younger, but like I would just like say shit, just like shit, like that didn't make sense. I was talking about things I'd never did in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, never grew up in a bad area, talking like I did. Like I'm not myself.
you were mimicking what you were hearing on the radio and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, like my dad and mom, like I grew up on Justin Bieber. You know, so my parents love Bieber, and they're like,
Sing like him.
sing like Bieber. You're done, sing like Bieber. You know, sing some love songs. I'm like, I never had my heart broke before. Like, what do you want me to sing about?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, got into high school, got my heart broke a few times. Now I know what to sing about, right? So it's like it reminds me of that. It's just like, what if I'm okay? What do I write about? But honestly, like I think I've just been able to tap into my feelings a lot more.
Yeah.
That's
It's
good.
been- it's
Yeah,
been
it
cool.
helps as you get older. You have more life experiences, and you'll
Yeah.
feel other things. There's sadness everywhere, and also happiness everywhere. You know.
Yeah.
True.
You
I'm
see
not
all that.
I'm not all sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, what's in store for Pranay for 2024, man?
Yeah, so I was mentioning an album.
second album, yeah.
I hope that's gonna. I don't know when really. This is the first time where I'm not like rushing an album.
Okay.
Do
Do you know how many songs or tracks you want to have on this album?
Don't even know that, to be honest. I
Okay.
want it to be.
This is a work in progress.
Yeah, it's a work in progress for sure. Like this is the first time I worked with like a real team. You know, like real
Oh.
producers. It wasn't just like YouTube beats anymore. I'm not like recording in my basement. Like that's not the only thing I'm doing anymore.
Is that
know?
how you made the last album?
Yeah, and if you remember listening to it, like it sounded like a high school senior made it in his basement.
That was the theme too. I mean, like
It
technically
was.
it was like the
Lovers High, yeah.
yeah, Lovers High, yeah.
Yeah, and that was the theme. But like obviously production quality, like the concept was there. I thought the concept was solid. Like I made a concept album for like my first album, which is a thing that not a lot of artists
Yeah,
do.
it's definitely
Mhm.
impressive.
Thank you. And so I did that thing, and I was really proud of what like I'd made at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to it, a year and a half, 2 years later, and it just doesn't hold up as well as I thought it would,
Okay.
And
I
now
feel
I'm
that,
I'm
yeah.
in the studio with very respected individuals from the music industry, that I met in LA, that I met out here through my connects, and and they see this potential, and now I'm like, all right, so this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Sure, it takes
Wow.
more investment, it takes more time, it takes more effort, but dude,
It's worth it.
the product you get afterwards, I can't wait to hear what this album's gonna sound
so
like.
it's
when
definitely
it's-
gonna be bigger and
I
better.
can't wait
That's
either.
crazy.
Are you gonna put out like one or two of the songs from the album that are already done, like how other artists do?
Yeah, so that's what we're actually planning to do. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be leaking my release thing, but we're doing like this thing called a waterfall strategy, where it's like you release a lot of songs from the album, and then at the end of it, you kind of package it with all the other unreleased tracks. So I'm probably gonna put out a good 3 or 4, maybe 5 before the album comes out.
Okay.
Oh.
So like February, we have a song Take Control. That's what it's called, Take Control. So actually like a really different vibe to what I normally do. It's actually like a 70s kind of like
Is
disco.
that the one about the girl?
No, this
Oh.
one, funny you ask. I wrote it the day we started dating. Like,
Oh,
the night
ironic,
right
because
before.
She thinks you were controlled. Haha.
Yeah. Let me stop. But no, yeah, so that song, it's actually with one of my friends who's I'd consider him like my artist. Like I'm helping him develop like my little brother. His name's Tony Anthony Demetriou. That's his artist name. That's his full name. So yeah, he's on the song. Killer voice. This kid can sing his ass off. He's got a really interesting, almost like a country Zach Bryan type of voice.
Okay.
Oh.
And I put him
I
on
know
like a
who that
disco
is.
track.
That's
And so
interesting.
he killed his verse. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm super excited. The song's gonna come out, I think, February 23rd.
Okay.
That's when
it's
we're
coming
aiming
up.
for the release
Yeah.
date. So once that's out, we're gonna be looking at some of the more ballads coming out.
Oh.
To really bring in the album, because that's what you can expect from Proceed with Caution. It's gonna be like ballads. It's gonna be very singer songwritery. It's not even a word. It's songwritery. Anyway,
Songwriter.
yeah, like it's gonna be you're gonna feel where it came from, and that's like I always think I'm getting more and more vulnerable on every project, but this one I can truly say is just nothing but just like me, and how I felt for the past few months, and where my mind's at, and just honestly I think it's gonna be really relatable.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most excited about. It's because I think the best thing in music is relatability. That's what keeps you coming
definitely,
back.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, are you planning to what's the timeline like? Because obviously you're moving to LA,
Right.
probably fall or in the summer.
Yeah, so I'm moving
May,
in
May.
May, so
Yeah.
right early summer. I think project's gonna be out like fall.
Okay.
It's a fall album. I would definitely say it's like a fall album. You listen to it when the leaves are off the trees for sure.
Mm.
I love that.
Thank you. But yeah, it's very, very. I mean, that's when like that type of music kind of just works.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's that hot cocoa music.
hot cocoa music for sure. And it's not all sad. There's a few like cool tracks on there. Like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. Like Pranay's talking his shit here. Pranay's like in a little flirtatious here. Wherever. But yeah, like no, it's it's just, I'm thinking fall really is like the time frame for that. Yeah, right now it's just really like the writing phase is kind of on the back end now. So like we're almost done with the writing phase. It's really just recording the final tracks and getting live instruments on it, getting production on it from other sources as well. And yeah, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's we're looking forward to listening.
Oh,
to
yeah,
all that.
definitely.
definitely.
Thank
hype. So, last question:
Right.
Do you, in the future, near future, far future, just in your career in general, do you ever see yourself incorporating more of your South Asian culture into your music?
Oh my god, I was gonna ask
Like
the same
I'm thinking
thing.
of like Tesher.
Right.
He puts Hindi, he puts some Punjabi,
I
he puts
was
some
gonna ask the
Bhangra
same
into his songs. He produces songs too, but he does it mainly in English. But he still puts a lot of his own culture, a lot of Indian culture in it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've definitely thought about it, right? Like I'm fluent in Hindi. For some reason can't write a damn song in Hindi, right? But like I would definitely love to at one point. Right now I just feel like in the mind frame that I am in right now with like my music specifically, like I just hear it in such a certain way where I feel like I love to make it a thing that I am a South Asian in a predominantly like I would say like Caucasian
Right.
and African American industry. There's not really an Indian singer. I mean, there's Nav, right? But like that's a rapper, and like there can't just be one or two like Tesher and Nav, like
Exactly.
especially in like my sound, there's not anyone that I can think of. So I want it to be where it's like, all right, this kid didn't need to get a leg up by using what he already has, which is his brownness, for lack of a better term, but was doing what everyone else did, but did it just not better, but just did it his way.
Okay.
And then I'll eventually do want to incorporate it, like I just don't want it because like, you know, people will say anything nowadays, like, oh, you're brown, so you try to use your language in your music just to make it sound cool. Like, yeah, obviously I did. Like,
Yeah,
like
that's what Americans do. They use their own language,
Yeah.
English.
so like I want to eventually,
Yeah.
but just hasn't been the time right now for it. But,
Okay.
yeah.
I was gonna ask the exact same thing. Only I was gonna mention like Bollywood and stuff. You can be like the first B-pop star
Great minds
You've
think
been up
alike.
with them B-pop.
because Bollypop, like
Bollywood is
K-pop
already
is Korean
the pop.
pop.
Just
no,
watch out.
Bollywood is all just in Hindi, but I'm talking about Bollypop would be like a pop version of Bollywood music.
Just watch
with
out. It's
English.
coming though. I know a few artists, and I've like been working with a few producers that, you know, they're saying it's the next thing that's coming out. So I might need to
We just
refresh
need
what I'm thinking.
dances
Yeah.
with it.
You know, and yeah, dances.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Eastern music like Bollywood, K-pop, that's really like intuitive to dancing. You know,
Yeah.
you really need dance in it.
But the biggest difference is in Bollywood, the dances come from movies and like it's like the same big actors and actresses.
Yeah.
Whereas it's not the actual singers, but in K-pop, it's the actual singers doing the dances and stuff, right?
It's
so like
but
I want the
it's
actual
coming for
singers
sure.
to become
it's
the
coming.
B-pops.
It's coming. I definitely see it in the next like 3 to 5 years. You'll definitely see it become like a
Fingers
big
crossed.
thing. Yeah, because you know Latin music's become so big. K-pop's become so
Yeah.
big here.
Right.
There's L-poppers out there all the time.
Yeah, and like
Can't make everything
Yes.
pop.
Everything's a pop.
like if you looked at the spot, I look at Spotify metrics all the damn time,
Mhm.
right? As an artist, like you don't just normally do in the industry. There is what J Balvin, huge, right? Bad Bunny, massive. Peso Pluma, I wasn't familiar with him until a few months ago. Like these are like there's like in the top 10, there's 3 Latin artists that are like actually like killing it, like crazy, and they're in the top 10 in like Spotify streaming. Like, and you got like obviously you got Zach Bryan there, got Morgan Wallen there, and you got obviously Ariana Grande. But like those are like established names for the past few years. Like Bad Bunny, like Peso Pluma, like is brand new to me. I'd never heard of his name ever, and he's absolutely killing it. And so I think brown music is definitely gonna be a big thing, like B-pop, right?
B-pop.
B-pop is gonna be a huge
Bollypop.
thing soon.
I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be a thing.
That'd be cool because Latin music has exploded over the last
Yeah.
few years in America.
And K-pop has too.
And then, K-pop is right there too.
I
There's
think
K-pop.
Bollywood,
So-
like, just if they hit that industry of making B-pop stars instead of just like the singers
Yeah.
sing and then like the actors just lip sing, because
Right.
that's not the same thing at all.
Nope.
If they take that avenue, oh my God,
Yeah.
Bollywood
Yeah,
would take
that's
over
what
the
happened with,
world.
Like Tesher, like he made that song with Jason Derulo. He's performed at the
Yeah.
VMAs and stuff, and like,
Yeah, for sure.
we need more of that.
And that's the thing, like you don't see like pop stars like we do here in other countries, because like you got like Arijit Singh, who's like a huge singer in India, like,
Yeah.
across the world, right? But like
He's not like a
He's like an
dancer.
old man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's an
he's
old
like-
man. Like
he's
it's
just-
not the
yeah,
same.
He's chilling. Our
Yeah.
moms are going to see him.
right, but like there's not like that pop star where you think like
Yeah.
Britney Spears, Justin Bieber type,
Right.
Yeah.
right? And
Or
I'm
like
like
BTS.
Yeah.
Or like Becky G or Bad Bunny. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
any of those, like it's just like where are those at?
Yeah.
Like,
That's the next step, Bollywood. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
But
South
yeah.
Asian community is like what, almost 2 billion people.
Yeah.
Like we
I
can,
think we're the most populated.
yeah,
We're always either tying with China or sometimes we beat them.
Yeah.
I think recently we beat them. But yeah.
I'm
No,
telling you.
but-
Because like even in K-pop for Koreans, they have K-dramas. So they have the acting portions and then they have the singing and dancing portions. So like it's Bollywood has so much to catch up on.
yeah. No,
they
and
have
they
to
will.
get rid of the nepotism part and then they would be amazing. Like that's the only issue.
It's very old school.
It's
That's
too
the
old.
issue.
They're very
Yeah.
set in
Yeah.
their ways. They'll still use Shah Rukh Khan for the next 30 years.
Yeah.
No one needs him
Literally,
anymore.
he'll be the grandpa until the day he dies. Like he will eventually become the grandpa. in
He'll be
movies.
the main character when he's 70 and still be dating a
He-
19-year-old girl in the
Yeah,
movie.
and he's what,
Yeah.
like 56, 57? I'm like not saying that's like crazy old, but dude, there's other very, very talented
Oh,
actors,
yeah,
actresses
definitely.
in there. In
And I'm not
India.
gonna lie, I love seeing him. But yeah, it'd be nice to see
A fresh face, you know?
a fresh face. Yeah,
Like,
a
here
new
you
group.
got Timothy Chalamet, you got Tom Holland, and these guys, like Tom Holland's been at it for like 6 or 7 years now. Like he's been
Yeah.
big in the US market forever now.
Oh yeah,
And it's almost his time where it's like, all right, there's got to be a new guy coming in, Timothy Chalamet, you know. So like, it's always up for like a cycle here. There's like, if you're at the top, no one's knocking you off, and there's a cycle in the bottom of you.
yeah.
So
All the Khans, Salman, Shah Rukh, they're
Right.
just
Saif.
up there.
yeah.
Ali.
and no one ever talks about the other guy. Maybe like Ranveer and Ranbir, but then they're always like
even them. Like they've been at it for 15,
Yeah.
20 years too.
And only one of them is that famous because he married the hot Deepika,
Yeah.
beautiful Deepika.
I mean, he's honestly been killer with his like recent movies for sure. I mean, he's always been a great actor, but yeah, you got like other Ayushmann Khurrana, like is a really like famous actor now who's just came out in the past few years. But it's like, no, he's been there for a while. But like anyway, I don't even watch Bollywood movies to be honest. But there's been like a few, but like not anyone to be at that status, right? Like Shah Rukh Khan or like Saif Ali Khan or Salman Khan or anything like that.
Yeah, but we'll see, man. We gotta make it. You gotta make
sure.
it.
You got this.
Try my best
Yeah,
for
don't
sure.
worry. Yeah, we
You're
got it, don't worry.
talented and
Appreciate
you
you.
got so much
Appreciate
support.
Thank you.
You're very blessed.
Yeah, dude.
Very,
Yeah.
very much so. Very
But
much
yeah,
so.
dude, we're very excited to see what's gonna happen with PSG for the next year.
Thank you.
I don't know. Good luck going to LA and
Thank
making
you so
things.
much,
I
man.
know you'll make things big.
Don't forget
there,
the little
so-
people.
Don't forget our little podcast
Yeah.
Of course not. Of course
Little
not.
Virginia podcast.
We'll see you in a year from now again for our yearly, I guess,
For sure.
podcast now.
No, 2
I'm
years.
in.
It's been 2 years since you've seen us.
Is it? All right,
I'm in.
2 years then.
I'm in.
All right,
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
You can bring our LA entourage with you in this time.
sure,
Yeah,
we'll do.
yeah.
We'll
Awesome,
do.
man.
We might need some air mattresses. So.
There we go. Apparently
gonna
we
be
have
big.
them or something. We're
What?
room.
We have
You have enough rooms. Apparently, you have enough
We have
rooms.
enough
so-
rooms.
We have- we do. What do
You
you-
can all stay in this basement. Look how big this is.
Yeah. We got a couch here, a couch here. We have 2 couches upstairs. It's all
Wow.
good. We got a
Living
couch
big.
right there.
Yeah, couches
It's
everywhere.
small enough for like a tiny person.
You should start your own Airbnb business, like out of your basement.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. And every time you leave, you can take one of the souvenirs out of his basement.
Maybe not that one.
Maybe not take,
Yeah,
but
they can admire
I like
from
that idea.
afar.
Take it away.
Just kidding.
Take each one.
too much shit down here. She goes in her mind.
Well, I have a lot of shit too,
That's
but
fair. Sure.
it's all
it's-
upstairs.
It's dope. Like I definitely hope to make like my room in LA like this. Like it's so cool.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you for coming on this podcast.
Thank you for having me. I
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
it.
you,
Yeah,
thank
of
you.
course. Good luck with everything in LA, and
you.
can't wait to see everything can't wait to hear everything that's gonna come out.
yeah, I'm excited for
Appreciate
this
that.
album.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I really
All right,
appreciate
guys.
that.
Thanks for listening and watching today's episode. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hey guys, Rahib here. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button to get a notification whenever there's a new video. If you want to support the channel, check out the merch shop as well as the Buy Me a Coffee page and the Patreon page to get monthly benefits such as exclusive BTS content, unedited podcasts, and early access to all the videos. All the funds help grow the channel and keep it afloat, so any and all help is appreciated. All the links are in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.